welcome. I'm Ruchi Mukherjee for TV Asia, here with Dr. Deepak Kotecha for his book Hindus Awake, and Barnes & Nobles is hosting a book signing event. With me is Dr. Deepak Kotecha. Welcome TV Asia.
Namaste.
It's a great honor to have you and your book here and this prestigious Barnes & Nobles.
Yes, it is. It is wonderful. It's hard to believe, but it's happened so quickly.
The book has created quite a buzz amongst people as in what Hinduism really is. And my first question I will ponder on is, how would you explain Hinduism, or when you say Hindus Awake, via your book?
I guess those are two separate questions. Hindus Awake basically is inspired by my children, Avinash and Siddharth, and three others. But Hinduism is so much bigger than a religion. Hinduism is so deep in spirituality that Hindus themselves basically get bogged down in rituals, and they forget what the real purpose is behind that. And so this book basically is to awake them on several levels, that when we do something, we need to think deeper, and that is the strength of Hinduism, is that we're never shallow. It is so deep that if you just sit there and ponder for a second why it is that we do, it is so meaningful, it is so wonderful.
My name is Sanjay.
Sanjay, you're friends with Dr. Kotecha?
That's right, I'm very close to him. I think Hindus themselves can learn a lot from the book. And I think people from other religions, or even deists and atheists, they too can learn a lot more about Hindu beliefs if they read that book.
What are your expectations from today, this evening?
Well, so far I've actually been pleased because we had announced this on the radio. We had gotten some press off of it, and even before I got here, they've already sold half their supply. And so my only fear is that we may run out of books before the evening's over.
How are you? Good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your book. Yeah, we would love for you to sign it.
Yeah, proud of you.
I'm with the Kotecha family here, and who's come attending the book signing for Dr. Kotecha. Tell us a little. I'm going to start with you. How does it feel?
I feel great, and I feel this is a great step for the Hinduism, and the book is indeed a great thing and a great step for people to know and be aware of it. So I truly go with the title, it's Hindus Awake, and it's the right time.
I'm Katan, and I read this book. I think it's about time somebody came up with this book. It's a good thing for the Indian community. There are people out here in this country, they have forgotten about Hinduism, and this book is not only just for Hindu people, but it's also for non-Hindu. I think it's a wonderful book.
There is a sense of curiosity at these times to know about more different religions, and all Americans are getting more and more open to learning.
Yes, exactly. In fact, we're so fortunate to have a president like Barack Obama. He's the first president to mention Hindus amongst Christians and Jews. And so we are really now starting to see Hinduism come to the forefront, not as a major religion, but as a way of the world to move towards peace and stability in these unstable times. And, we say Dr. Martin Luther King's dream finally came true in Barack Obama, but Dr. Martin Luther King's mentor was Mahatma Gandhi and nonviolence. And so now it comes to fruition that what we believe is so much deeper and so much more meaningful in this troubled times.
I think the best part about this book is it has explained each and every festival, Hindu festival, the section of Hindu festival. I love it because at times we do it just because we have to do it, but we didn't analyze it or realize it why we are doing it. And I think this is the best thing I'm doing with my kids. Like my daughter's 7 and 8, and they love this book, and I read with them like how we read storybooks to them, and they enjoyed each and every part of that. And now if there is a kite festival, they know why it is there. If there is Diwali, they know why why we celebrate Diwali. So I think it's a great gift for all of us and to pass on to our generation.
I was reading the book, and you've mentioned a couple of times that simply written, very simple. And so, ponder a little, tell our viewers how and why do you say it's simple, and your favorite chapter or section which has been your favorite.
Well, that's hard to say, but the language is really simple. This is basically a conversation between me and my children, and at their age, they're both young, and I started writing this when they were 4 years old. My older one was 4 years old, so I had to speak the language of a child, and parts of it are deeper, of course. But if I had a favorite, it would be the avatars, the Leelas, Krishna Leelas, and the Das Avatar, and what we should learn from them, rather than worshipping just Krishna as a supreme. What is he trying to tell us? What should we do? What should we do with this human form of ours? And those avatars really nicely delineate that for us.
It's like a new chapter into Hinduism, and there are many Indians out there throughout the whole world that would be thinking that when will someone come out will pull out the truth of Hinduism, and this book pulls out the truth of Hinduism, and people will start knowing the real facts of Hinduism. And I think this book will go a long way in this world and also in other countries.
I felt great about how did they talk about how Hindu had start and all that.
I will go back to the thing of these tough times, and Mumbai attacks. There's kind of hatred for different religions, and things arise. What would you like to convey?
The main message is that God is so much more bigger than religion. In fact, one of my favorite sayings, and it's really not truly mine, it's a borrowed saying from one of the rishis, is that there is no God in religion. Really, there is no God in religion. You have to try and attain God, you have to be spiritual, and spiritual is individual. So when you fight under the guise of religion, that is probably the worst thing we can do. And so if there was one message, one take-home message is, we should not use religion to divide us and to pitch us against each other. That makes absolutely no sense, regardless of what you believe that the Supreme should be called by.
Well, my name is Smita Kotecha. I'm Dr. Kotecha's wife. I'm a pharmacist by profession, and I have two little ones who inspired us to write this book.
What do you think has been your role in this whole thing?
With God's grace, I was able to help out in editing the book, and also I took over a full-time job along with it, so I can give him some more time to write this book. It's a really long task, but at least we have accomplished something, and we're very happy about that.
So do you think he's going to be up and writing a second something?
Actually, yeah, it's a series of 3 books. We have already written 2 books. We are just editing some, and it should come out in 6 to 8 months. Yeah.
How do you perceive the book?
Actually, the book I was born and raised in India, and I was very familiar with our religion and everything, but while editing this book, I really felt something spiritual. Really, it came out of me, So I've grown spiritually a lot. And as we have talked in the book, it's basically was written for our kids. But when I saw it's so simple and it's so meaningful and gives an outline of all the Hindus' belief in a really true manner, I say, why don't we publish this so it will be helpful to other kids, other families, and that's the reason we published this book.
Great. We look forward to more and reading the book. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're a doctor by profession, and people say doctors can't write. I mean, that's what I thought. At least the handwriting is bad. Well, so how was it? Was it challenging being a doctor to get into this whole writing? But you said it was like a dialogue between your kids. But how was it being a doctor and writing?
It's actually, it was interesting. It was challenging. I'm very blessed. My wife also works, and so she allowed me to quote some time off from my daily chores and responsibilities so I could actually write. But even then, I basically ended up writing in between patients and after everybody went to sleep. So for the past 6 years, I probably slept maybe 2-3 hours every night. And it is just now that I'm getting to make up some sleep time. But I've been blessed. I have a very good family. We live in a multi-generation home. So my parents are with us, and so everybody took over my chores, so I would have more time to do just patience and write.
Just the way it should be. And well, this was Deepak Kotecha and his book Hindus Awake.